The University of Cambridge is a collegiate public research university in Cambridge, England. Founded in 1209, the University of Cambridge is second oldest university in the English-speaking world and the world's third oldest university in continuous operation. The university's founding followed the arrival of scholars who left the University of Oxford for Cambridge after a dispute with local townspeople. The two ancient English universities, although sometimes described as rivals, share many common features and often jointly referred to as Oxbridge. Hi, I am Rattan Kumar, back again with the best in investigating Europe. This time we have a grand old time navigating the way through the heart of England. Hein lucem et popula sacra, this Latin motto of Cambridge which says from this place we gain enlightenment and precious knowledge. The schools of kings, prime ministers, philosophers, scientists and great mathematicians. Cambridge, famous for its prestigious university and its epitome of a university town with stately colleges and distinguished alumni, ranging from Isaac Newton and Ramanujan to Francis Bacon to Bertrand Russell. The town is quiet with sleepy, calm roads and esteemed colleges on the riverside. Lots of bicycle weaving to the pedestrians. Two major universities had rivals since 13th century. Each has some same basic heritage and design. 31 colleges has same design where the students eat, sleep and study. The university's founding followed the arrival of scholars who left the University of Oxford for Cambridge after dispute with the local townspeople. The two ancient English universities, although sometimes described as rivals, share common features and are often jointly referred to as Oxbridge. One of the powerhouse colleges at Cambridge is King's, the 500 years old King's College built by Henry VI. Henry VIII is England's best surviving examples of late Gothic structure. We can enjoy the complete 16th century Renaissance art and glasswork here at King's College Chapel. The 500 years old King's Chapel, built by Henry VI through Henry VIII, is England's best surviving example of late Gothic architecture. With its importance of vertical lines, it's called perpendicular Gothic. King's College Chapel is the most impressive building in Cambridge, with the largest single span of vaulted roof anywhere, with more than 1500 to 2000 tons of glorious fan vaulting. The 16th century Renaissance stained glass is still in existence, where we can wander through the entire Bible. The Adoration of Magi, a classic masterpiece by Rubens, adorns the altar. The Harrison and Harrison organ in King's College Chapel, which surmounts the 16th century screen, is a striking feature of nearly every depiction of interiors of the chapel. The formal constitution of kings is set out in its statutes and supplemented by lesser rules of procedure known as ordinances. The statutes define the college as a place of education, religion, learning and research. The statutes are binding legal rule descended from those which King Henry VI laid down when he founded the college in 1441. They can be only changed with the permission of the king. They have the force of an act of parliament. The organ fulfills an important role in the religion and musical life of college while also serving as an educational resource. The student and local punting men make their ride look easy and effortless to the visitors. As the puntmen pull you past the colleges, the visitors can enjoy the narration of local men and a funny description of college backyards. There are 8 colleges along the river which called backs of the college, and the best way to see the back of the college is by punting. Trinity is one of the richest colleges. It has produced 34 Nobel Prize winners, and those who got are 1/3 of them from Trinity. The great mathematician Isaac Newton and Srinivas Ramanujan studied at the same college. Ramanujan studied and worked in the same Trinity College from 1914 to 1919. And here comes the Trinity College of Cambridge. The history of Trinity goes back to reign of Henry VIII. Most of its major buildings dates from 16th and 17th centuries. Undergraduates of 16th centuries include Francis Bacon, the poet George Herbert, Andrew Marvell and John Dryden were at Trinity in its first half of 17th century. With its largest financial endowment, Trinity performs exceptionally as measured by Tompkins' table. Trinity alumni include 6 British Prime Ministers and world physicists, famous mathematicians including Wittgenstein and Bertrand Russell, whom the college were expelled before accepting. The Wren Library, built by Christopher Wren, located at the West End, is one of the most famous and well-endowed libraries. Among its notable possessions are Shakespeare's first folio of 14th century. And let us have a look at the Trinity College inside. Isaac Newton, one of the greatest of all scientists, entered the college as undergraduate in 1661. Famous figures associated in the 19th and early 20th century includes philosopher Bertrand Russell, Wittgenstein, Ramanujan, Jawaharlal Nehru and the novelist Vladimir Nabokov. Life at Trinity has changed greatly over the centuries, but the strong academic tradition has been maintained. In science and economics, Trinity has promised 34 Nobel Prize winners since they were first awarded in 1901. Today, the college is part of a forward-looking university renowned for its excellence of its teaching and research. Trinity lanes and streets are most beautiful and historic, with narrow winding lanes tightly packed with university colleges, obtruding chimneys on the right and lamp posts jutting out the walls along its length adds to its distinctiveness. It feels little bit magic as you walk along. The tree in front of Trinity is not original tree Newton sat under in 1666, but is instead grown from a scion taken from the tree. The original tree is said to remain in the Newton's garden, its former home in Lincolnshire. We are in front of the Trinity College, and this is the famous apple tree of Sir Isaac Newton in front of the Trinity College, preserved till date. St. John's College has been a driving force in academic excellence for more than 500 years, shaping a legacy of transformative contributions across education, research, the arts and society. With a history rich in influential figures from Nobel laureates and prime ministers to cultural pioneers, Nobel Prize winners and prime ministers to authors and architects, former students and fellow of St. John's have excelled in many areas of public and academic life. The round church in front of St. John's is a highly interesting piece of Cambridge history, founded in 11th century. It is the oldest than the university that surrounds it. The unusual shape comes as a result of being modelled on the Church of Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Over the last 900 years, the church has gone through many movements of dramatic change, surviving Puritan iconoclasm, a controversial Victorian restoration and bombing raids during Second World War. It is one of the only 4 round churches still standing in UK. It has been much loved and discussed by poets, preachers, antiquarians and journalists down the centuries, and yet so much about its past remains a mystery. We are at the Cambridge Union Society. The Cambridge Union Society, also known as Cambridge Union, is a historic debating and free speech society in Cambridge. The society was founded in 1815, making its oldest continuing running debating society in the world. The Cambridge Union has a long and extensive tradition of hosting prominent figures from all areas of public life in its chamber, including UK Prime Minister Winston Churchill, Margaret Thatcher and American President Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan. On 24th March 1817, university proctors burst into a meeting of the society and the Cambridge Union was temporarily shut down, forbidding future debates from taking place. By 1821, the Union was permitted to resume debates under strict conditions, including no political topics relevant to the last 20 years were to be discussed. Corpus Christi, one of the Cambridge's oldest college, setting from medieval Old Court to the world-renowned Parker Library, creates an inspiring backdrop for ambitious students ready to shape their futures. The Parker Library collection is one of the finest and most important collections of medieval manuscripts in the world. Its most famous possessions is the St. Augustine Gospels, probably brought to England by St. Augustine. The College of Corpus Christi and the Blessed Virgin Mary, often shortened to Corpus, is a constituent college of University of Cambridge, From the 14th century to the early 19th century, it was also commonly known as Bent's College. The college is notable as the only one founded by Cambridge townspeople. It was established in 1352 by the Guild of Corpus Christi and the Guild of Blessed Virgin Mary, making it the 6th oldest college in Cambridge. With around 300 undergraduates and 200 postgraduates, it also has the second smallest student body of the traditional colleges of the University after Peterhouse. And this is the Corpus Christi. Let us have a look. We are in the prestigious Pembroke College, founded in 1347 by Mary St. Paul, Countess of Pembroke, is proud of its tradition, the third oldest of Cambridge colleges. The Fitzwilliam Museum is lead partner of spectacular collections of University of Cambridge museums and Botanic Garden. From antiquity to the present day, the Fitzwilliam houses a world-renowned collection of over 500,000 beautiful works of art, masterpiece paintings and historical artifacts. The Fitzwilliam Museum is the Art and Antiquity Museum at the University of Cambridge. It is located on Trumping Street at Fitzwilliam Street in the central Cambridge. In 1816, the University of Cambridge acquired an extensive collection of artworks and objects as well as library which had been left to them by Richard Fitzwilliam. As a former student of Cambridge Trinity Hall College, Fitzwilliam believed that university should have its own museum. The museum has 5 departments: antiquities, applied arts, coins and medals, rare manuscripts and printed books. The museum has a wide collection of painting and sketches including works by Monet, Picasso, Rubens and Vincent van Gogh. Stepping up to Fitzwilliam Museum, you can't help but be struck by its magnificent presence. The building itself is not merely a container of art. It's a grand piece of art and architecture, a neoclassical triumph that seems to whisper tales of ancient Greece and Rome. Its monumental facade, a dazzling display of columns, pediments and intricate sculpture immediately signals that you are approaching a place of profound cultural significance. The Fitzwilliam Museum does not have single masterpiece of Mona Lisa. It is highly praised for its international collections. The Fitzwilliam does not have a single piece of master evidence. It has world celebrated curated collections selectively. The imposing portico adorned with classical figures and allegorical reliefs draws the eye upward, suggesting an ascent to a realm of elevated thought and beauty. Beyond Egypt, the Fitzwilliam transport visitors to the classical worlds of Greece and Rome, offering a rich collection of sculptures, pottery and everyday objects that illuminates the foundational cultures of Western civilization. On 19 September 2008, physicist Stephen Hawking unveiled a new clock called the chronophage, which means time eater in Greek. The clock is unusual not only because of its design but also because it's accurate only once every 5 minutes. Cambridge University Library is one of the world's oldest university libraries and home to one of the great collections of cultural treasures and research material. The library is unique among the UK's legal deposit libraries in keeping a large proportion of its books on open access and in allowing some categories of readers to borrow from its collection. Cambridge University Library is one of the world's oldest university libraries and have home to one of the world's greatest collections of cultural treasures and research materials. Since its first recorded beginnings in 1416 as a small chest of manuscripts for Cambridge scholars, the library is now home to a physical collection of nearly 10 million books. Cambridge University Library preserves and shares the world's knowledge in physical and digital forms, from a 4,002 years old Sumerian clay tablet to 19th and 20th century posters demanding suffrage and equal rights for women. The popular punting point here at Cambridge is one of the most favorite of all the people who come here to visit. And the puntings, for a witty narration from the students, we can just go on and see all the colleges from the back side, especially the King's College and the John's College. I'm ready for my punting trip and let us enjoy the backdrop of Cambridge University colleges. Bye-bye. CAM goes through the heart of Cambridge and passes closely to many attractive college buildings. There are several companies on the Cambridge operating tours and hiring punts to visitors, while most of the colleges along the river keep punts for the exclusive use of students. At Trinity, the punts are also available for hire to the public. The mathematical bridge, which connects two parts of Queen's College, was designed and built by James Essex in 1749. Although it appears to be an arch, it is composed entirely of straight timbers, built to an unusually sophisticated engineering design, and popular fable says that it was designed by Sir Isaac Newton. The most important bridge at Cambridge is the mathematical bridge. The mathematical bridge was designed and built by Sir Isaac Newton without using nuts and bolts. Various stories relate how at some point the past either students or fellows at the university attempted to take the bridge apart and put it back together, but were unable to work out how to hold the structure together. This is today's Cambridge edition of Investigating Europe. And see you soon on Investigating Europe, and this is Ratan Kumar Namtabad signing off.